Hi everyone! Welcome to another episode of Cooking with Kimmie. And this is a recipe for cheese buñuelos. So today we're going to be making cheese buñuelos. These are a traditional Colombian dish. So this is essentially like a fried chewy donut that's sweet and salty. It has cheese and sugar, and it's made with tapioca starch. It's really interesting, it's really delicious and fun to eat, and super easy to make. So we hope you guys follow along. Here we have our ingredients. This is a base of tapioca starch. You can easily find tapioca starch nowadays in the grocery stores. We can also link you down below to a place where you can find it online. Here I have tapioca starch and cornstarch. The first step to this is really to just mix all your dry ingredients together. Here I have baking powder, which will give the donuts its lift and some airiness. Salt, of course. Here I have sugar, which is 2 tablespoons. And then here are our cheeses. A half a cup of Parmesan cheese and 1 cup of shredded mozzarella. The shredded mozzarella is really nice here because it gives that kind of milky flavor. The Parmesan, you don't have to go out and buy expensive Parmesan. I just have the Parmesan from the bottle. It's really what gives it its saltiness. If you do have like real grated Parmesan, go ahead and use that. So that's a cup and a half total of cheese. And I'm just gonna whisk that together to evenly distribute all the cheese and all the baking powder and the leavener into the starch. Once that's well combined, here I have our liquids. So here is a half a cup of milk, some vegetable oil, and 1 egg. And this is really what's gonna bind everything together. And I'm just gonna whisk that together. So here I'm whisking all the dry ingredients together and all the wet ingredients together, but I'm doing it separately. And this way you can really ensure that all the ingredients are well dispersed and evenly dispersed, especially because there's a leavener like baking powder and a lot of cheese. We want to make sure that everything gets incorporated well so that the donuts fry up evenly, which is why a lot of recipes require you to mix your dry ingredients all together first, all your wet ingredients together first, and then mix it together. So here I have my dry and my wet ingredients, and I'm just gonna pour the wet ingredients into the dry and mix it together until a stiff dough forms. Might seem like too little liquid, but just keep mixing and just keep mixing, and the starch will begin to absorb that liquid, and then we can turn it out and knead it for it to fully come together. Once you get to this stage, if you're having some trouble with the rubber spatula, you can always turn it out onto a surface and knead it there. So the dough should be very stiff and not at all sticky. It shouldn't stick to your fingers. It shouldn't feel dry, but it shouldn't be sticky. So kind of the texture of Play-Doh. Just want to make sure that you work in all the dry ingredients. Once you have a dough that looks like this, it's ready to form into balls. Here I have a mini ice cream scoop about 1 inch wide, and I'm just gonna form these into balls. You're just gonna take a scoop of the dough, put it onto your hand, roll it into a smooth ball, and then continue with the rest of it until all the dough is formed. So here I have all of our buñuelos formed. So in about like 1 inch wide balls. So this recipe makes 34. If it feels a bit too much, you can freeze them and fry them from frozen. So I'm gonna fry mine right now. And here I have a pot of oil, and we're gonna heat the oil to just about 320 degrees to 330 degrees. So this is a lower frying temperature than usual, and that's because you want to cook these through without burning the outside. So it's like a low and slow fry. And of course, like anything, you want to fry this in batches. You don't want to crowd it too much or they'll stick together. You also don't want to drop the temperature of your oil too much or they'll get greasy. So I'm gonna do mine in a couple of batches and show you guys how that looks like. As you can see, it's not bubbling vigorously, so our oil is not too hot. And you're just gonna let them slowly cook. They will expand, so you do want to leave space for them to expand here. And you just want a light golden brown color. You don't want these to get too dark. They take about 5 to 7 minutes to fry. So once they get this kind of light golden color and you can start smelling the cheese, then they are done. They should be about double in size. I'm gonna drain the oil and then just cool these on some paper towels to drain even more of the excess oil. So I'll fry some more up and then we'll eat. There you have it, cheese buñuelos. So what's great about this is it's a little bit sweet, very savory from the cheese. That's the perfect like snack. As you can hear, they're super crunchy on the outside, but they're nice and fluffy and chewy on the inside. I have no more fingerprints. There. You can see the stretchiness from the cheese and the chewiness from the tapioca starch. I'm gonna eat one, I can't wait. It's so good. It's so crispy. And then it gets chewy and salty from all the cheese. You can even roll these in sugar if you wanted them a little bit sweeter. So we hope you guys enjoyed this recipe. If you want more recipes from us, like and subscribe to our channel. If you guys make this, tag us down below. We hope to see you again next time. Bye!